Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, capping construction. Council considers reducing the maximum number of units allowed for infill homes. Policing presence. The Edmonton Public School Board reviewing feedback on its refreshed resource officer program. And Cuba cancellations. Local travelers scrambling to find a way home as airlines suspend flights.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
A major change to infill housing rules that failed to pass last summer is making a comeback. City Council's Urban Planning Committee is debating a number of changes to the new zoning bylaw, including capping infill projects at 6 units unless they're located on a corner lot. CTV's Jeremy Thompson is at City Hall for us this evening, where day 2 of this meeting is just wrapping up. Jeremy, what can you tell us?
Well, Matt, this discussion comes about 8 months after Council tweaked infill rules the first time. Those changes shrunk the overall size of the building, among other adjustments. Evidently, those changes were not enough for some of the dozens of people who came to speak to councillors this time around.
The main problem is not height, and it's not dwellings, it is massing and building volumes.
Some of these plexes are, let's face it, but ugly, even to my undemanding eye. More distressing than that, those that I've seen appear to be dysfunctional as homes for real people.
The maximum unit reduction is back on the table now as city staff attempt to respond to concerns from some Edmontonians and public pressure on council. City planners recommend restricting mid-rise projects to arterial roads on lots that are either close to transit or on a corner, and limiting projects inside neighborhoods to 3 stories with a maximum of 6 units unless they're on a corner. Many councillors campaigned on that unit cap, including Mayor Andrew Knack. Now the mayor believes overbearing building size is the biggest infill issue.
It might have more windows on the front. There might be some other changes, but the actual sort of rectangular box built form is still very much allowed with even the 2025 changes.
Correct. And public speakers suggested a number of adjustments. Those range from shrinking building sizes further to requiring parking spaces to overhauling the whole zoning bylaw. Now, there has been a bit of an anticlimactic end to this 2-day marathon Urban Planning Committee meeting, Matt. I'm just seeing councillors coming out of council chambers now. I've been out here, so I don't know for sure, but I believe they were leading towards kicking this down the road to the next council meeting. It is a very complex discussion, so they'll want to have a full day, really, probably, to actually make a decision on the finer points of this, likely in the coming weeks. Matt? All
right, Jeremy Thompson, live at City Hall tonight. Thank you. The Edmonton Public School Board says feedback from the reintroduction of its school resource officer program has been mostly positive. CTV's Nariman Issa joins us now. So, Nariman, what can you tell us about the response so far?
Matt, a report presented to the Board of Trustees says it's been well received by students, staff, and families. So many students said the program made them feel safe, secure, and protected. However, a small group said it made them feel intimidated and uncomfortable. The School Resource Officer Program, also known as an SRO program, was put on hold in 2020 due to concerns over the impact it had on racialized and marginalized students. Last year, it was reintroduced in 6 high schools. A mental health therapist was also brought into those schools. One principal says her school's SRO called a special team for help when a student suffered a mental health episode.
So to have the expert there who had access to more expertise and to get us the correct resources was immense, both in terms of my feelings of doing an adequate job as a principal, but also in terms of getting that child to safety.
More than 4,500 students, 400 staff, and 143 family members took part in the survey. The program is being expanded this month. It will be bringing SROs into another high school. That will also include 6 junior highs. Matt.
All right, Nariman Issa live in studio tonight. Thank you. Police have a warning for others tonight after 3 people who pulled over to the side of Edmonton area freeways over the past year have been killed by passing vehicles. The most recent fatality happened Sunday. Mounties say it seems a man was helping a woman change a tire and was struck and killed by a Jeep. It's the second similar death in 2 weeks. On January 26th, a broken-down vehicle was hit by a Dodge Ram on the Henday in southwest Edmonton. RCMP are reminding people the side of the highway is not a safe place to be under any circumstances.
When you're pulled over on the road, you're kind of trusting that everybody going by you at that time isn't drunk, isn't distracted, isn't tired from whatever they were doing last night.
RCMP say it's always safer to leave the highway in the event of engine trouble or a flat tire. If you do find yourself stuck on the shoulder, make your vehicle as visible as possible by flashing your hazards and call a tow truck as soon as possible. Edmonton police say the death of a woman found after a house fire yesterday is now considered a homicide. Police say fire crews responded to a house fire near 93rd Street and 105th Avenue around 5:30 in the morning. Firefighters found a woman's body inside the home. An autopsy was completed today. Edmonton police are not saying how the woman died, and she has not been identified. Alberta's chief electoral officer says signature collection can begin for a petition against coal mining in the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains. Gordon McClure says Corb Lund's Citizen Initiative petition will need just shy of 178,000 signatures to be successful. Lund had applied twice for the petition after a rule change by the provincial government. The petition requests the province create legislation prohibiting any new coal mining activity in the eastern slopes of the Rockies. Signature collection can begin tomorrow. It ends on June 10th. Two members of Canada's Olympic biathlon team got their start here in Edmonton. Jasper Fleming was born in St. Albert. He's Canada's youngest biathlon competitor at the Olympics. On Sunday, the 20-year-old competed in the shooting and skiing mixed relay. Today, he took part in the men's 20K race. One coach who he's worked with for years is there too. Helen Jorgensen has a long history of training athletes out of the Nordic Ski Club in Edmonton. Both say so far the Olympic experience has been bigger and more satisfying than they could have imagined.
I think that 2030 and 2034 are the games that I'm really trying to go for in terms of performance. So right now I'm just a baby in the sport in the terms of World Cup racing. I think that this is just a great experience for me.
I do think it's a very big moment for myself too as a coach. It's a big milestone in my coaching career. I worked really hard to get to this point.
There's more biathlon coming up for Canada with the women's 15-kilometer final tomorrow and the men's 10-kilometer sprint is Friday. For the fourth time since 2019, the Birkebeiner has been canceled. Birkie organizers say the recent rain and warm weather has ruined the cross-country ski trails this year. Friday's Nordic Fair and Sunday's skate ski events in Cooking Lake Blackfoot Provincial Recreation Area are also canceled. The Birkie is a 3-day cross-country ski event that's been around since 1985. Since 2019, though, it's been canceled for a variety of reasons, including the heat, the cold, and COVID. Despite recent struggles, there are no plans to change the Birkie's long-standing dates.
If we move to January, that's a cold month generally. And cold is just as big a safety issue as deficient trails. So, consideration around that has happened. It's probably happened since day one, since 1985.
Organizers say the Barna Birkie family ski event is still happening at Edmonton Nordic Ski Club on Sunday. And that's because, Josh, they actually have the ability to make some snow out there. We've been looking at that forecast, and it's been above average pretty much this entire month.
Yeah, I mean, we've only had one day where it was below zero for a daytime high. It was -3 back on February 1st, and that was above average by a couple of degrees. Every other day since the 1st has been above zero, most of them above 5 for daytime highs. So that was the case again today. We started at -5, got to 8 earlier this afternoon for a daytime high. -4 is average for this time of year. I think we get back to around average early next week, below average by the middle to the end of next week, and there's some snow on the way for next week as well to go along with those colder temperatures. 1 south of the city at the International Airports, 4 into Mayo, and 3 right now at the Villeneuve Airport. This is what it looks like outside with the CTV drone. It's brought to you by Century Casinos. 3 great locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. A little bit of cloud cover starting to roll in from the west after a mainly sunny late morning and early afternoon. We'll get back to some sunshine tomorrow, but for the evening, these clouds are going to increase. I don't think we'll see any of these flurries that have developed off to the west, but further to the west and northwest of the city, you might see a little smattering of light snow. No real snow in our forecast until, as we said, we get to next week. -1 by about 9 p.m., dropping to -6 tomorrow morning. And just like today, a bit of cloud cover in the morning. We'll clear out and we'll get lots of sunshine through the day, light wind, and a high of about 7 or 8 degrees. In fact, forecast doesn't really change all that much until the weekend. We'll show you that in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thanks very much. Coming up next on CTV News, caught in Cuba. Edmontonians waiting to hear if they'll be able to get on a flight out of the country.
But everybody is under stress. They don't know what's going to happen.
Wednesday on Your Morning, get a taste of how Olympians eat. Plus, former Kid in the Hall, Dave Foley, spanning North America, looking for the biggest NHL fans. A preview of his new series, Hockey Fanatics.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Travelers are scrambling to get home from Cuba after Canadian Airlines started canceling flights yesterday because of a jet fuel shortage. CTV's Amanda Anderson spoke with a group from Edmonton trying to get home.
Our flag. A group of 5 friends from Edmonton arrived in Cuba last Wednesday.
To come here and enjoy the weather and have a vacation.
Hazim says everything about their vacation was normal until a few days ago. A notification came their scheduled flight home was canceled.
Everybody is under stress. They don't know what's going to happen.
Canadian Airlines, including Air Canada, WestJet, and Air Transat, suspended flights to the island after Cuban aviation officials said jet fuel would no longer be available.
I've been doing this for 15 years. I've never seen something come out saying that, oh, we may not have enough fuel for the planes.
Travel agent Haidar Elmay says airlines are working to send empty planes to pick up Canadians still in Cuba. And if you do get a cancellation notice, don't panic.
Even in the cancellation notice, it'll say, give us a few hours and we're going to update you again with the next available flight. So absolutely, it's really a scary thing to see when you see your flight get canceled, but know that there's a lot of people behind the scenes that are really working hard to get those notifications out.
He says hundreds of Edmontonians had vacations booked to Cuba.
Season's over for Cuba. So anyone that's booked to Cuba for this season is going to get a full refund from the airline or the supplier.
Elmay says for a country already struggling with fuel and food shortages, losing the tourist season will hit hard.
Biggest people affected by this are the Cubans themselves.
I had a nice vacation, but on the other hand, I am so sorry for Cuban people, because they don't have much in their hands.
Hazim and her friends are now headed back to Canada. Late this afternoon, she says they boarded the flights sent to bring Canadians home. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Alberta researchers may have found hope in the fight against aggressive brain cancer by adding a common vitamin to treatment. Glioblastoma is usually a fatal cancer. It suppresses the body's immune responses, limiting the body's ability to attack tumor cells. Researchers at the University of Calgary say a high dose of niacin or vitamin B3 appears to reawaken immune responses. A clinical trial is testing niacin alongside standard surgical and chemotherapy treatment. Researchers say preliminary results have been very encouraging.
Whereas in untreated subjects, 5 of 10 would progress over a 6-month period. In the context of niacin treatment, this was reduced to 2 of 10.
Researchers caution these are early results and the doses of niacin used in the trial are not safe outside of medical supervision. More patients are being enrolled for a final analysis. Still to come tonight on CTV News, Great Ball of Fire. Cameras capture something that lit up Alberta's night sky.
You might be able to find a little black rock sitting on top of the snow somewhere.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Doorbell and dashboard cameras captured a fireball streaking through the night sky. Well, early this morning, I should say, west of Edmonton.
Anyone up this morning would have seen something bright crossing our western sky. That was a bright meteor, sometimes called a bolide or a fireball. We don't know exactly if this one may have come down anywhere, but if it did, you might be able to find a little black rock sitting on top of the snow somewhere.
Frank Florian with the Tell Us World of Science says you might be searching for a while. He says if the little black rock hit the ground, it could be a few hundred kilometers away.
So not aliens.
No, not this time, Josh. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Keep waiting.
Maybe that's who's responsible.
One of these days.
maybe that's who's responsible for all this warm weather we've been having lately.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier. Every day since the 2nd of February has been well above zero for daytime highs, and that trend is going to continue right through into the weekend. Clouds increasing right now as you look through the River Valley Sky Cameras, brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed rider, it's free. 5 degrees. After a high of 8 earlier today. 2 in Red Deer and Jasper, -4 and -2 off in northeastern Alberta. And windy and 4 in Grand Prairie. Wind's pretty light across most of the province. It's 40 gusting to 55 kilometers per hour in Grand Prairie. It has been for the last hour or two. I think just as this little cell here has popped up, probably dealing with some gusty wind, that should ease in the next little bit as that moves further to the east. Here's your cloud cover sliding into the Edmonton region. Again, you've got a couple scattered flurries around Whitecourt, off to the west of Drayton Valley. That precipitation will fall apart before it rolls through the Edmonton region. So just some clouds through this evening and overnight tonight. And then those should push out through the course of the morning. And so for most of the day tomorrow, we're under mainly sunny skies. Now, I think, again, tomorrow night we'll get some clouds increasing, but these clouds as well should be out of here through the daytime hours for Thursday. So most of the daytime hours tomorrow and Thursday, more sun than cloud cover. -8 in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, about -9 in through the Red Deer region, -4 for Grand Prairie. Will be a handful of degrees below zero here in the city. 2 to 4. Peace River, Grand Prairie tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies in the 2 to 4 degree range in east central and northeastern Alberta as well. A little warmer there in Edson, about 7 degrees, and then a handful of degrees above zero for Jasper, Red Deer, and into the Lloydminster area. Little extra cloud cover hanging on in through eastern parts of the province, but from Calgary, Red Deer up north to the Edmonton region, more sun than cloud cover through the bulk of the day tomorrow. There's your temperature trend. Dropping below zero by 9 p.m. and we'll wake up to -5 or -6. Wind stays light out of the southwest at about 5 to 10 kilometers per hour. And mid-afternoon, we'll hit a high of about 7, maybe even 8 degrees. Again, we were thinking 6 or 7 for a high today. We surpassed that and got to 7.7. So 7 or 8 for highs not only tomorrow, but Thursday, Friday as well. Mornings stay in that -5, -6 range. Again, average high for this time of year is -4. So there's going to be a real shock to the system once next week rolls in. Our mornings have been on par with the average daytime highs. All of a sudden, you get into next week and -10 to 15 range for daytime highs by the middle to the end of next week. Before the month is over, we could see a couple days with daytime highs in the -20s. As far as snow is concerned, there's a slight chance of flurries Saturday morning. Nothing significant, though. Tuesday, Wednesday, that could be several centimeters.
All right, Josh, thank you. The Alberta Institute for Wildlife Conservation helped a record-breaking number of animal patients last year. Last year, the Institute assessed 2,100 different animals. Right now, staff are caring for a salamander that was found in a greenhouse. It's too cold outside for it to be released. Staff say over the last 10 years, they've been seeing more animals needing help.
We've only ever passed 2,000 patients once before, and that was back in 2020. And even then, we were still over 30 patients higher than we were that year. Compared to 2024, we were over 300 more patients than we had the previous year. So we just, we're running around like crazy this year, taking care of all these animals.
This great horned owl was recently brought in with head trauma. The vet thinks it's likely from a few window strikes. The symptoms, though, are similar to avian flu, so staff are taking precautions. When we return, your average athlete, a Canadian content creator, tries out a variety of Winter Olympic sports.
Skeleton was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Black Keys are coming to Edmonton this summer as part of a world tour for the band's upcoming album. The American rock duo will perform at Rogers Place on June 3rd. Tickets go on sale at 10 o'clock Friday morning. Some Little Lion dancers are celebrating the upcoming Lunar New Year in a very Alberta way.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's Cadillac Ranch. This was recorded over the weekend at the Not Your Average Lunar New Year banquet. The banquet, as you may have guessed, was Western themed this year. The Winter Games are currently in full swing. You may be watching from home, wondering if you could do what some of Canada's athletes are. A Canadian content creator is trying to answer that question. CTV's Jessica Smith has more on the out-of-shape Olympics.
Ice dancing or downhill skiing is my forte.
Ice skating? Maybe singles, yeah. Because every time I partnered with someone, that's where I get confused or I'll trip over them. Yeah. So just singles, I think it's possible.
To answer the question how the average Joe or armchair athlete would stack up against an Olympian, Toronto content creator Simona Stallone decided to take on the challenge.
There's a lot of hard work that goes into making something look effortless, and the purpose of this is the comedic twist of this is to showcase that in probably one of the most extreme kind of experiments, but I'm here for it. I commit to the bit and I'm doing it for the plot.
Stallone created a social media series called the Out of Shape Olympics during the 2024 Summer Games, trying over 20 sports. Now she's back trying her hand at the Winter Games.
I think the whole purpose of the series obviously is one, to have fun, but two is to really showcase how amazing these Olympians are. This is Ewan.
How's it going?
Ski Patrol.
During every attempt, safety precautions are taken, reaching out to professionals in each sport she tries.
I reached out to Mount St. Louis. I was like, hey, this is my idea. This is what I want to do. They were super receptive and they were very excited to be a part of it. But at the end of the day, they're like, hey, we're going to assign a ski patroller with you the entire day.
The hardest Winter Games sports she's tried so far.
I did do bobsledding and I did do skeleton. And skeleton was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
But her favorite, a Canadian classic.
Oh my gosh, I love curling so much. I never expected to like it that much. I went in really with no expectations. What a sport.
Showing that no matter what place an Olympian finishes in, their hard work and dedication are a testament to their incredible skill level.
Up next for Stallone, she's going to try her hand at figure skating events along with a little bit of snowboarding to continue to show her support for the Winter Olympics and its athletes in her own special way. Jessica Smith, CTV News.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.